Whenever you're ready, Mayor.
All right, thank you. Good evening, everyone. I'd like to call the regular meeting of Mayor and Council for the Borough of Glassboro for March 24th, 2026 to order. Karen, could you please read the opening statement?
Pursuant to the Open Public Meetings Act, I hereby announce that adequate notice of this meeting, as required by said act, has been provided by adopting a schedule for regular meetings for the year 2026, which schedule was posted on the Borough Hall Bulletin Board as well as the Borough website and forwarded to both the South Jersey Times and the Sentinel of Gloucester County and filed with the Borough Clerk on January 3rd, 2026.
Can we all rise to salute the flag, please? I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Karen, roll call, please.
Mayor Wallace.
Here.
Mr. Brown.
Here.
Mrs. Garlick. Here. Mr. Halter.
Yes.
Ms. Miller.
Here.
Mr. Melandro.
Here.
Mr. Scafidi.
Present.
Mr. Brunimer. And let the record reflect that Mr. Casabone and Mrs. Spence are excused for this evening.
Thank you. At this time, I'll step down from the dais to present two proclamations to two very deserving gentlemen. For those of you that don't know, I say all the time, I'm very proud of the borough. I'm very proud of my administration, my council, and I'm most proud of my employees and all the staff. Because in Glassboro, the mantra in Glassboro is our people go above and beyond every day for our residents, for all the people that come to Glassboro. We go above and beyond on a daily basis. And every so often, going above and beyond goes even more above and beyond. And that's why these two gentlemen here, I'll start with Clemani Suggs. If you would like to step forward, I'd like to present you with a proclamation, which is over here, but I would like to read it to you. Come on out, buddy. No, you can leave that there. I'm not going to go into detail. I'll let the proclamation speak for itself. Proclamation honoring the heroism of Clemani Suggs. Whereas public servants often perform their duties with dedication and professionalism, and on rare occasions demonstrate extraordinary courage that goes far beyond the call of duty. And whereas on February 12, 2026, while conducting routine fire hydrants inspections in the borough of Glassboro, water and sewer employee Clemani Suggs observed smoke and flames coming from a residence on Franklin Road and witnessed an individual jumping from a window of the burning house. And whereas without hesitation and despite having no formal fire service training or personal protective equipment, Mr. Suggs immediately rendered assistance to the individual who escaped the structure. And whereas upon learning that another occupant remained trapped inside the residence, Mr. Suggs demonstrated exceptional bravery and selflessness by forcibly entering the burning home, breaking down the door, and proceeding inside under rapidly deteriorating fire conditions in an attempt to locate and rescue a trapped victim. And whereas inside the structure, Mr. Suggs successfully located the trapped residents but became briefly disoriented while attempting to exit amid the intensifying fire conditions. And whereas through teamwork and determination, and with the assistance and direction of his colleague, Mr. Suggs was able to navigate the hazardous conditions and successfully remove the second victim from the residence just moments before conditions worsened further. And whereas the courageous and decisive actions of Clemani Suggs displayed an extraordinary disregard for his own personal safety and exemplified the very highest ideals of public service, bravery, and commitment to the well-being of Glassboro community. And whereas because of his heroic efforts, a resident of Glassboro is alive today. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that Clemani Suggs is hereby formally recognized and commended for his extraordinary bravery, selfless service, and heroic actions on February 12th, 2026. And the community expresses its deepest gratitude for his courage and dedication to protecting the lives of others. In witness whereof, this proclamation is hereby issued in recognition of a true act of heroism and with sincere appreciation for the outstanding character and public service demonstrated by Clemani Suggs. Borough of Glassboro, Johnny Wallace III, Mayor.
Good to see you, man. Congratulations. Come on, Mom. So proud of you. All right. Anybody else you want to meet? Hey, come on, look it out. I'm proud of everybody up here. This is a proud moment. Come on, man. You get right on it. Yes, yes. Oh, there we go. Yeah, come on.
Wonderful. Make sure everyone
This is his partner, Zendaya Sargenio. Again, I'll let his proclamation speak for itself. Whereas public service is strengthened by individuals who demonstrate courage, integrity, and an unwavering commitment to the safety and well-being of others. And whereas on February 12th, 2026, while conducting routine fire hydrant inspections in the borough of Glassboro, Water and Sewer Department employee Zenaeus Argenio encountered a dangerous and rapidly developing emergency on Franklin Road. And whereas prior to the arrival of the emergency responders, Mr. Argenio observed smoke and fire coming from a residence and witnessed an individual jump from a window in an attempt to escape the blaze. And whereas, without hesitation, and despite having no formal fire service training or personal protective equipment, Mr. Argenio immediately took action to assist the individual who had escaped the burning home. And whereas demonstrating exceptional awareness and composure during the rapidly escalating emergency, Mr. Argenio remained actively engaged in the rescue efforts and called out to help guide the trapped victim and support the successful removal of the individual from the burning residence just moments before conditions inside the homes worsened significantly. And whereas the courage, quick thinking, and selfless disregard for personal safety demonstrated by Mr. Argenio exemplify the very highest ideals of public service and heroism, and his actions directly contributed to saving the life of a Glassboro resident. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed, I do hereby recognize and honor Zenaeus Argenio for his extraordinary bravery and commendable service to the community, and extend the sincere gratitude and appreciation of the community for his heroic actions on February 12th, 2026. Be it further proclaimed that this recognition stands as a testament to his character, dedication, and the profound impact that acts of courage and compassion can have in protecting the lives of others. In witness whereof, this proclamation is presented in grateful recognition of Zenaeus Argenio's heroism and commitment to the safety and well-being of the residents of Glassboro. Borough of Glassboro, Johnny Wallace III, Mayor. Okay, why don't we'll get one more council, then we'll bring you. And by the way, these are two of the most humblest boys that you'll ever meet in your life. It's amazing.
Wonderful.
Yes, absolutely. One of you young ladies, there you go.
Thank you.
We'll both these up here real quick. Yeah. Yeah, you can hold them up. Yeah, you should be proud of it. There you go. While the courtroom empties out, we're going to take a brief 3 to 5 minute recess while everybody cleans up, because I think there's some pictures that want to be taken and some things like that. Just give us a couple minutes.
I need a smaller chair.
You want it lower?
No, I need like a smaller chair. It bumps
Yeah, I'm up
this.
against the wall.
Yeah, it bumps this thing.
Okay. Is this okay to say that I can see even with all those cameras?
Okay, I've just been informed that there is one more presentation this evening. That presentation will be made by Glassboro Fire Department President Pat Mason and IAFF President Jake Hughes. If you would like to come forward, please.
Just electric would borrow you for a second. Because you thought it was funny that I was getting awards. Seriously, we need one big enough. We're on Route 42.
Oh.
So this is from the Glassboro Fire Department. And this is for your dedicated years to us and appreciation of the progress you've made in staffing, apparatus replacement, capital improvement projects, and continuing progress with that department.
Yeah. Should I photobomb him? Ed, I promise I won't photobomb you.
Just looks the right way.
Great, guys, thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen. I mean, I had to make an announcement today. Just file on out. Nice piece of hardware. Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's nice. Malandro.
No.
That's cool.
They're gonna file out the back. I'll let them file out. Okay, at this time, I'm gonna turn the meeting over to our borough solicitor.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. Tonight we have scheduled public hearings. I will read all of the ordinances by title, and we will then open to the public for comments on all the ordinance, beginning with ordinance 26. An ordinance amending Chapter 86, Officers and Employees, Article 2, Administrators, Section 5, Qualification Residency Requirements, subsection B of the Code of the Borough of Glassboro. 2607, ordinance amending Chapter 107, Development Regulations and Zoning, Article 3, Development Review Procedures and Plat Details, Section 32.1, Checklist for Land Development Applications of the Code Book of the Borough of Glassboro. 2608, Calendar Year 2026 ordinance to exceed the municipal budget appropriation limits and to establish a cap bank, NJSA 48-445-14. 2609, ordinance amending Chapter WSM Water and Sewer Manual, Article 16, Schedule Rates of the Code of the Borough of Glassboro, Water and Sewer. Ordinance 2610, fixing and establishing the salaries and compensation of the officers and employees of the Borough of Glassboro for the year 2026. And ordinance 26-11, amending Chapter 97, Personnel Policy and Procedures, Article 2, hiring of the Code Book of the Borough of Glassboro. The motion would be to open it to the public for ordinances 2606 through 2611. Council so moves for the opening to the public.
Motion to approve?
So
Open
moved.
for the public?
Second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. All in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? That motion carries. The floor is now open to anyone from the public that would like to come forward and address ordinance 26-06 through and/or any of the through 2611. Either one of them, any of them, or all of them. If you want to come up and address them, from the public, you can come up now.
Seeing no one, I'll make a motion to close the public portion and adopt these ordinances as written.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. Karen, roll call, please.
Mr. Brown?
Yes.
Mrs. Garlick?
No to ordinance 26-06. And then yes to the rest of the ordinances.
Mr. Halter?
4.
Ms. Miller?
4.
Motion carries. My spot, here we are. At this time, I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the regular meeting of February 24th, 2026, as well as the closed executive session of February 24th, 2026.
Motion to approve?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Any abstentions? That motion carries. We have no communications this evening, so I will move to committee reports and begin with Council President Miller.
Thank you, Mayor.
You're welcome.
Good evening. I'd like to thank Mr. Suggs and Mr. Argenio for their bravery and heroism. What they did is not something that the everyday person would do. And we're greatly appreciative that not only are they okay, but they saved some lives in Glassboro. And also, I'd like to thank the officers that provided a police escort this past Saturday for retired Sergeant Bruce Good's funeral procession. And they are, and don't hold me accountable if I get some of these names wrong. Sergeant Kenneth Barbaglia, Corporal Kyle Snyder, Patrolman Carl Joseph Bernardo, Patrolman Skidmore, Patrolman Catazaretti, I believe, and Patrolman Vasquez. They did an amazing thing. Mr. Good had a very, very large funeral procession, and I'm sure some of you know, people don't show respect for funeral processions like they used to. So with the help and assistance of our Glassboro officers, they were able to make it all the way to the cemetery in Mount Royal without any interruptions, anyone getting lost or stopped by traffic lights and different things like that. So the Bagwell Funeral Home and the Good family is greatly appreciative of everything that the wonderful Glassboro officers did. And then lastly, my friend Ed Melandro, this is our last council meeting together. And I'm not gonna sit up here and cry because I'm not emotional, but Ed.
You're gonna make me cry.
But Ed, I just want to say that I have truly, truly enjoyed working with you on council. I appreciate some of the guidance you've given me
Not all
throughout the years.
of it. Not all of it.
But it's been a great run. Appreciative of all that you did as a councilman and all that you've done as an administrator. I wish you the best in your next chapter. And I think maybe if I would have prevented you from getting married, you might still be here. So, best of luck to you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Councilman Brown,
Yes, I would. Good evening, Mayor. How are you?
good evening.
I'd just like to also acknowledge Mr. Suggs and Mr. Argenio for their heroism, their bravery, their courage that they displayed back on February 12th. And I can call him Monty because I coached him when he was a little kid. So it's great to see him do something like that within the borough. It's awesome. I am also in the receipt of the February financial reports. And to Mr. Melandro, I wouldn't be sitting up here if it wasn't for Mr. Melandro. So I just, like I said last meeting, I'd just like to say thank you for everything you've done for me as a friend and as a colleague. And again, you know, without him and without some of the guidance that he helped me through over the course of the last many years, I wouldn't be sitting up here. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor.
Yes, thank you. Councilwoman Garlick,
Thank you, Mayor.
you're welcome.
I would also like to say just thank you and congratulations to Mr. Suggs and Mr. Argenio for their heroism and for the work, the things that they did in saving lives. It's just, I don't know the word I'm looking for, but it's just amazing how you can make a decision in a split second on whether to help or not, and they chose to help, and that's a beautiful, wonderful thing. We're grateful for that. I'm in receipt of the report for February, and also I do want to announce the 38th annual golf outing that Park and Rec is hosting as a fundraiser. It will be Monday, June the 8th. We hope that people can either be a sponsor or participate in that golf outing. We have information and flyers available for that. Also for Park and Rec, we need track coaches. I mean, we really, really, really need track coaches. Otherwise, we might have to cancel the track program. We have a lot of young people who are signed up and ready to participate, and we have one coach. So we absolutely can't host the program that way. So we've set a deadline, and that deadline has passed. So if you know anyone, or even if you have some time yourself, even to give a few days a week to the track program, we would love for you to do that. And also I want to ask Councilman Tim Dan Brown. He's going to talk a little bit about the success we had with basketball, because he was right there in it. And then before that, I want to make my comments for Ed.
Yeah, just real fast. I had a lot to do with Park and Rec basketball this year, and I just want to thank Elena for everything and their office for what they did. But this year we were able to have 8 teams, which we haven't had in forever. We were able to have 2 girls teams, which last year we didn't have any. And we actually had a minor A-team championship here at the Glassboro High School, and one of our junior girls B, won a championship as well. So they always talk about program building, and it's not all about winning, but it's about the building of the program. Winning is obviously an ingredient, but you know, our Park and Rec basketball program has really grown over the last few years, and a lot of it goes to Elena and all the work that she does down there in the office, and to everybody who's put their heart and soul into it. So the basketball program is a huge success. So when you talk about the track program, if you know anyone who can help out with track, you know, please let us know. So thank you.
Yes, thank you. And just to make some comments about Ed, very grateful for our relationship that has come about over the years. Ed was always available if you call him or text him. I don't know how he does it. How does he answer everyone all the time? I really don't know, but I'm grateful that he does. Also grateful for his leadership, for his support, and for his guidance. Thank you so much, Ed. You will be dearly missed.
Very nice. Very nice. Thank you.
Thank you, Ed. Thank you,
Councilman Halter.
Yeah, good evening, Mr. Mayor. Thank you.
Good evening.
Just want to echo everybody else's thoughts up here and comments tonight, but I will say thanks so much to Mr. Suggs and Argenio for their bravery, their efforts. You know, obviously it was a job well done by them, successful outcome for everybody that was involved. Thank you to the fire department from Glassboro, all the mutual aid departments that came out to support that incident. You know, the house definitely had some massive amount of damage on it, and there was things could have gone way differently if folks weren't there, if the fire departments didn't respond swiftly, and so on and so forth. And thanks to everybody that responded that day. As far as Ed is concerned, Ed, thank you again. I know you didn't want us to talk last month or last week, but we're going to talk again tonight. Thanks for all your efforts here for the borough. As an immigrant from South Philly, we appreciate you having. We appreciate all the heart that you have given to this town for your decades that you've been here. I think you know, it's not far past to know that Ed had really put his heart and soul into the borough. I've been working alongside of Ed for the last 8 to 10 years on council and some different committees, and he's definitely committed wholeheartedly. I like his story. He came here angry at first when he first moved to town, and he wanted to get involved. So for those out in the audience tonight, make sure you get involved in your town somehow. But yeah, thanks so much for all that you did here, Ed. Welcome to the Rowan University students here tonight. We wish you well in all of your endeavors, and don't forget the loud cars on Rowan Boulevard are your students, not ours. But no, we thank you for all for being here tonight. Thanks to all members of the audience that came out to support those that were recognized this evening, and thanks to everybody in the borough.
Very nice. Thank you, sir. Okay, we have no unfinished business. So Karen, could you take us through our new business, please?
Yes, Mayor, I have one item under new business. I have approval for street closure application for St. Anthony's Mutual Aid Society procession, which will be on September 12th, 2026.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. All in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? That motion carries. At this time, I'll ask for the engineer's report, please, Mark. He's over here today.
It's crowded.
Okay, good evening. Just a couple things going on. We're working to try and coordinate with D.R. Horton to get their contractors finally mobilized after weather's good to get up to the Camelot Phase 3 townhouses, and also we have some water and sewer punch lists over at the East High Street. So trying to get all that done, wrapped up this spring, early summer, so we can get all those jobs done and complete for that. D-Simone Builders is finally got their approval for their other tenant for a golf simulator. So that's going very quickly inside their building. That's right across from Chick-fil-A. So that work's going there. Once they get that tenant in there, they'll finish all the parking lots. If you're driving by, you see the temporary base paving. That'll be completed along with their landscaping. And final completion is a nice job that they did as far as retrofitting that building for those. The South Academy Street townhouses, they're underway. They're pretty busy trying to get the site improvements done, weather conditions permitting, getting that all worked wrapped up, and getting the street back opened. So we're working with the Water and Sewer Department and the contractor, multiple phases, trying to get all that cleaned up. As you can see, RLS down the street, their office complex is making headway with soils, getting that ready for foundation and site improvements on there. Vision Stream Apartments, if you're going out to Williamstown on 322, they're also doing the same. They're moving a lot of their site work, getting that ready to build their entrance and parking lot along with their building for those. ERCO continues. They got their base paving in right before the snow. So they're just going to be finishing up their site improvements where they tore down a warehouse and expanded their parking facilities to meet their needs with those. Towns of Ellesmere over on JFK Drive, they're pretty much getting near completing all their tree removal. They have to have it done by Tuesday to meet DEP regulations. For that, it will be dormant for a little while. They still have some final paperwork to finish up with planning board conditions, and that's for 72 townhouses over there. So there's still some details to work on that. I also would like to recognize Mr. Suggs and Argenio. That's refreshing to see how young men can step up like that in a moment and just make that split decision, put their life on the line. It's very encouraging and compliments to the Water and Sewer Department. They are a good crew. I've been blessed to work with them for quite a few years. And you have a very, very good crew down there. So it echoes that. And last but not least, I wasn't really planning on doing this, but I do want to recognize Ed. Because I remember sitting over there when Ed used to sit there. And when we come up in there, I don't even remember the issues, but you had some concerns that you echoed to council. And after a year or so going back and forth, you did step up and have done a heck of a job. You've been through the whole Rome Boulevard to see it from scratch, working with all the members of council through that. I appreciate your financial background so you understand how much the costs are for these jobs of all the things that have been done in this town in the last 25 years for that. So for the students, recognize the harder you work, the more you get out of life.
Mhm.
Sit by and just coast, it passes you by. So for that, but I do thank you. I appreciate that. That's all I have.
Very nice, thank you. Okay, at this time, I'll once again turn the meeting over to our Borough Solicitor.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. On our consent agenda this evening, we begin with Resolution 114, authorizing execution of memorandum of agreement between the Borough of Glassboro, Glassboro Police Officers Association, Fraternal Order Police Lodge 108, an affiliate of the Fraternal Order Police, New Jersey Labor Council, and Rick Moan, also known as Patrick Moan, non-pro-tunc. Resolution 115, authorizing safety and stabilization guarantee in the amount of $5,000, perimeter landscape buffer guarantee in the amount of $11,928, site improvement escrow fee in the amount of $6,664.63 for South Jersey Gas Company, 142 South Main Street, Block 43, Lot 1. 116, authorizing the Borough of Glassboro to apply for a tonnage grant. Resolutions 117 through 121, authorize refund of street opening performance guarantees, Petrodi LLC, AV Construction LLC, Avis Builders LLC, Go Time Now LLC, Victor Castagna. Resolution 122, awarding contract for Hampton Boulevard roadway improvements in the Borough of Glassboro, Paving Plus LLC. Resolution 123, appointing Pilar Calvo as alternate number 1 of the Glassboro Planning Board in the Borough of Glassboro. And finally, Resolution 124, resolution of the Borough of Glassboro appointing conditional redeveloper and authorizing execution of a memorandum of understanding. They are the resolution this evening on our consent agenda, also for the reasons noted under each one. If council so moves for approval, roll call vote.
Motion approved.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. Karen, roll call, please.
Mr. Brown?
I abstain from Resolution 114-26, yes to all the rest.
Mrs. Garlick?
In favor.
Mr. Halter?
4.
Ms. Miller?
4.
Motion carries.
And Mayor, we have two ordinances for introduction this evening. I'll read them both. 2612, bond ordinance authorizing the acquisition of various capital equipment, completion of various capital improvements in the Borough of Glassboro, appropriating a sum of $5,767,000, therefore authorizing the issuance of general obligation bonds, bond anticipation notes of the Borough of Glassboro in the aggregate principal amount of up to $5,478,650, making certain determinations and covenants and authorizing certain related actions in connection with the foregoing. And ordinance 2613, bond ordinance authorizing completion of various water and sewer improvements, acquisition of various water sewer equipment for the Borough of Glassboro, appropriating a sum of $6,850,000, therefore authorizing the issuance a general obligation bond or bond anticipation notes of the Borough of Glassboro, Gloucester County, in the aggregate principal amount of up to $6,850,000, making certain determinations and covenants, and authorizing certain related actions in connection with the foregoing. If council moves for the introduction of both ordinances number 2612, 2613. Roll call vote.
Move for introduction.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. Karen, roll call, please.
Mr. Brown?
Yes.
Mrs. Garlick?
In favor?
Mr. Halter?
4.
Ms. Miller?
4.
That motion carries. At this time, I'll entertain a motion to open the public portion.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. All in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries. The floor is now open to anyone from the public that would like to come forward and address mayor and council about anything.
Members of the public, if you do wish to speak, there are rules and regulations related to the public portion. They are outlined on the agenda. Most importantly, when you approach, if you identify yourself for the record, your name, address, and there is a 5-minute limitation per speaker. Thank you.
Good evening.
Good evening.
John Wise, 114 East Avenue, Glassboro. I'm not smiling today. I was listening to those two men that went in that firehouse, in that house that was fired. I thought that was kind of a good thing for them to do, because everybody be running back looking for the fire department. But I'm glad it didn't come my way, because the hydrant, I didn't see it. And I get my shovels and uncovered it. 2 storms. Didn't see nobody coming down to do that. I did see the other thing I want to say is some couple trees. A tree that went down. The snowplow came and stopped at the tree that was down. Backed out, never came back. Somebody else had to cut it up and move it. I want to say something about 3 days ago, maybe 4 days ago. A tree fell, and it didn't hit the wires, but it was close to my 2 neighbors' houses. And I put a pink ribbon on a tree that was going to, if that went down, it would have took that whole East Avenue down without electric. But fortunately, that didn't happen. My daughter was going to work about like 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, and a tree was down, just barely missed the wires on East Avenue from the railroad track side. From the railroad track side, they're leaning over. And she got out, tried to move it. You can't move it like that. I think I asked her who cut the tree. I could see it was chainsawed. I think she had called the police. Somebody else came out and cut it, and they moved it. They couldn't move that thing, but they finally got it moved. So she could go to work, and it was left alone. Nobody came out to clean it up or nothing. It's still laying there. You know, I know they got to be at least 10 to 11 inches in diameter. But those trees on the inside of the railroad track on East Avenue is leaning. And we have seen, fortunately, it was only a few evergreens that, if anybody know about those evergreens, there was a lot of trees laying down with roots up, at least right on Main Street behind, I can't never think of that restaurant and bar's name. What's on?
Landmark?
Landmark. Laying down. Roots as big as that sign behind the mayor. Fortunately, nobody got hurt. But my thing was, if somebody reported something that was down, at least somebody need to come out and do some cutting up and move it. I mean, my daughter was going to work, and she stopped, and I think she said she called her. I said, I didn't even know it. But when I saw it was chainsaw cut, smooth as glass, and she didn't take one with her. She didn't have it, and I wasn't there. So she got help, and the 3 of them, I think, couldn't move it. Now, I don't know which of the police department did it, or whether the guys from the fire department did. It was done, but it's still laying there on the railroad track, you know, on that side. going north. So I would like to see that happen. But, I mean, you know, hoping that we don't have another snowstorm that catches on those limbs and bring that tree down. So I just want to let you know that it did happen. And because it was my daughter, I was happy for her because I didn't know nothing about it. She on her way to work, and she's trying to look, her and whoever was there, trying to move at least a 6-inch diameter in a tree trunk. They got it cut up and moved it over, and that was it. So whoever helped her from the police or the fire department or whatever, I don't know whether they made a report on that to anybody in the borough. I don't know whether they went back.
didn't hear anything
No, you
about
didn't hear a thing, you know. So, but I was concerned. My wife says, "Don't say it, don't say it." I was concerned about that fire hydrant that was up in front of my house that I didn't even know it was there. I'm looking around, so I clean it every summer, and that it was covered, buried in that snowstorm. But I'm not taking no credit for it. I'm just letting you know that nobody came down to
I'm
try
gonna
to
thank you anyway.
to do anything. You know what I mean?
Thank you for doing that.
Yeah, because man, they would have it'd have been having trouble trying to dig out the snow to get the hoses on there to do some work.
Absolutely.
So I mean, I just want to be able to say that without boom, boom, boom. John did this. No.
We thank you.
No. I do whatever I can if I see it happen.
We know that.
But I did not see my daughter and the other policeman moving that tree that was 10 inches wide in diameter. So, but I just want to say happy spring to everybody that's here. I know I got up and started complaining and didn't even say, happy spring, but I didn't want to waste time doing it. But I wanted them to know that there is some things that if anyone rides down from High Street down to East Avenue, they'll see a pink ribbon nailed to a tree that's about ready to go. And I'm hoping that it don't happen.
We'll have somebody look at it.
I'm hoping that it happens. You understand what I'm saying?
Thank
And I'm just thankful that I'm able to do what I do, because I mean, I'm not as young as those fellas that was jumping in that fire saving people. You know what I mean? I doubt if I was even able to go there and watch it. But anyway, I just want you to know that East Avenue need to be cleaned from trees that was cut down and just thrown over and laid there.
Thank you.
Okay?
Thank you, Mr.
God bless
Wise.
all of y'all.
Have a good night,
And
Mr.
good to
Wise.
see you. I ain't seen you in a while. All of y'all.
Take care.
That's
Thank
my
you.
buddy right there.
Thank you.
Good evening, Council and Mayor.
Good evening.
Linda Galashaw, Glen Ridge Drive in Glassboro. Just a couple of questions. I want to piggyback off of that. There seems to be a lot of trees falling, and they're old trees, and this is a very old town. Is there any way that we could maybe solicit a grant to look at the quality of the trees that are along Delsey and Main Street, because we've lost a lot of trees here lately? Is there possible we could look into getting a grant, maybe from, promoted by Parks and Recreation or the Shade Department, that we can get a grant where we can go around and check some of these trees? Because they're in the parks too, they came down. Just an idea. My other thing is this consent agenda. I know that you all have discussed whatever was on here in the back and probably in workshop too, but how is it that the people can get a better understanding of what you're doing? When you do consent agenda, you just go through the ordinances and the resolutions in one bunch, and there's no room for explanation or understanding of the general public. I'm sure it saves a lot of time, it's expeditious, but what is the other reason that you do it that way? Because we're not having a chance to weigh in on these things. I may have some questions. I know this comes out like, what, 1 or 2 days before we get here? This is available online?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Mhm.
Yes. So, I mean, the resolutions are discussed. That meeting is open to the public. The resolutions are discussed as they are with the explanations that are on the agenda. So if anyone has any issues about any of the resolutions or ordinances, they have an opportunity to come and address those questions. But a full explanation about all the ordinances, there's a brief explanation underneath each of these ordinances explaining what it's for. And if you need more clarity on that, then you're more than welcome to ask.
Okay, is this discussed the week before in workshop?
Is what
When
discussed.
do you discuss this in
We
detail?
discussed this in our pre-meeting before our meeting.
Before your meeting?
From 6 to 7 tonight, we discussed all of this stuff.
And would we be able to
Our
sit in on
executive
that?
session. I'm sorry?
Can
Yes, it's
individuals
open
sit
to the
in?
public, absolutely.
Oh, okay, thank you.
You're
That
welcome.
was my question, thank you.
Yeah, sure.
Seeing no one else, I'll make a motion to close the public portion.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to close the public portion. All in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? That motion carries. The public portion is now closed. At this time, I'll entertain a motion to approve all duly authorized bills.
Motion to approve all duly authorized bills.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries. Any closing comments from our administrator?
Normally I don't, but since this is my last meeting and it's over 25 years that I've been coming here, first and foremost, I want to thank Mr. Suggs and Mr. Argenio. And in my comments, you know, I've worked with a lot of employees here, and you couldn't ask for two guys to sum up what the employees of Glassboro are like when you have those two guys tonight representing all the employees. And that's just the way, in my experience in 26 years here, all these employees are around here. They truly care about the borough. I also like to say I'm very thankful for the people I served with in my 19 years as a council person. I met some great people, you know, established great friendships. Ms. Miller, met Ms. Garlick, known this guy forever, Andrew. It's just been phenomenal for the people that I served with and for the people who I've served under. And I couldn't ask for a better group of people. But most important, I want to thank Glassboro. I did come here over 33 years ago. I was an angry resident. My taxes were going through the roof, and I had enough, and I wanted to get involved. I never thought I would end up as a council person or as the administrator. I was a banker. So Glassboro, I owe a debt of gratitude towards. Yeah, I was born in Philadelphia, South Philadelphia, raised there, spent my first 28 years there, but this has become home. This is where I raised my family. And while I may not be up on this dais anymore, I will be reading the notes. And if I see something I don't like, I will be in that audience. I will be making phone calls, there's no doubt. When you put so much time into something like this, you just don't walk away. If you do, you're a fraud. You're a fraud. So I will be involved. And lastly, you know, Steve, you in the fire department, you pretty much got me in tears with this, but you got me. You got me. So I just want to thank Glassboro. Glassboro, I owe Glassboro, and I hope I just left it a little better than I found it when I got here. That's all I have to say.
Yeah. Now it's my turn. And I'll be brief because I know that Ed would want me to be brief, and I saved my comments to the end. But I will say that first and foremost, it was an absolute pleasure working beside you. Absolute pleasure. It's really funny. When Ed first started, I was still relatively new at getting my feet wet, so to speak, as mayor. Ed comes in, and the first major issue that we have to deal with was something small, like COVID, which was the first issue that we had to deal with together. And I got to tell you, if it wasn't for Ed's leadership, and literally very early on in his tenure as the administrator, and anybody, I have yet to be disputed, but we were the only borough in the state of New Jersey that remained open all the way through the COVID. And we kept business going, and we kept it done safely, and we kept, like I said, business moving, and we saw growth within the borough through the COVID years when most municipalities saw nothing. That being said, I think we got to know each other very, very well over the years, and we pretty much cut from the same mold. And even though I'm not a South Philly guy, but I'm close enough. But I got to tell you, if there's one thing that was very apparent very early on and stayed prominent through your tenure, Ed, you love the borough. You love the borough, and you talk about Mr. Suggs and Mr. Argenio, and you talk about the employees and how good they are. Well, it starts at the leadership. It starts at the leadership. If you have somebody at the helm that drives the ship appropriately, then you get the response from the people that you need to get the response from. And you did that in spades. And I can't thank you enough for that. And I'll close with this. There is no question in my mind. The borough was great before you started. And somehow, yes, you did make it better than when you left, when you started. So thank you very much, and I appreciate that. To Mr. Suggs, and I affectionately know them as Monty and Zen. I love them to death. I've known them since they were kids. I'm not surprised by their actions, but it moves me beyond belief that one person, especially somebody that young in age, two people that just, again, put all thoughts aside about their own well-being to take care of someone else. That speaks volumes. That's what Glassboro is all about. So thank you to them. Thank you to the police department for the escort, taking care of our fallen officer that has passed. And to the students out here, thank you for showing up. To the residents that came out to just listen, and to those that participated, thank you very much. I encourage you all to continue to do so. I always say I have 2 eyes, 2 ears, and many, many people that we have to serve and try to make a quality of life for them. So we need all the help we can get, the good, the bad, or indifferent. Please bring it to us. We are very open to address any issues that you may have. And with that, I'll entertain a motion for
Motion to adjourn.
Yeah, I like that. I have a motion and a second. All in favor, state aye. That was beautiful. Any opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries. This meeting is adjourned. Our next regular meeting will be